Hello and welcome. This is Giant Redwood, and you're about to witness powerful machines transforming timber into sawdust through dangerous, thrilling, and challenging processes. Beyond that, you'll see a skilled carpenter crafting stunning masterpieces out of raw wood. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment to join us on this incredible journey. Eight minutes begin with the Model 4680. A true beast, a heavy-duty wood grinder capable of devouring logs as thick as a grown man's thigh. The wide hopper yawns open. Double shafts spin in opposite directions. The crack of wood breaking echoes like bones snapping in a dark forest. Each long log gets pulled into the steel blades. Bark, branches, stubborn knots shredded into fine sawdust. The operator must stand clear, eyes fixed on the conveyor. A sleeve, a glove, anything dangling can become prey for this wood-hungry monster. The scent of fresh timber mixes with fine dust floating through the air, clinging to hair and clothes. Model 4680 runs for 2.5 minutes, enough to turn a mountain of logs into powder, but the journey isn't over yet. Next comes the Model 1425, smaller, more nimble, but no less dangerous. Model 1425 shines on medium-sized job sites where short logs, branches, and scrap wood gather to be reground into mulch. The rotating hopper shaft spins the blades fast like razors, sweeping everything clean. Its engine isn't as loud as the 4680, but the low growl of steel chewing wood is enough to make anyone keep their distance. In these 2.5 minutes, the operator must adjust each piece, watching for jams. One stubborn bark strip can clog the system or spin the shaft backward. When the Model 1425 finishes its meal, all that remains is a fine, light carpet of sawdust. And then, the handover begins. Finally, the Model 3680, not as massive as the 4680, nor as compact as the 1425. It's the versatile beast, strong enough to crush big logs, flexible enough to handle mixed wood, stumps, and thick branches. The 3680 features a longer conveyor, a wide rotating hopper, and bigger blades than the 1425. Logs roll in, the spinning shaft chomps down like iron jaws, tearing the wood into chunks. Wood cracks, steel teeth sometimes spark when they hit hidden rocks or nails inside. The operator must always check for hidden debris. One mistake, and the steel blades can chip. In 3 minutes, the Model 3680 swallows the mixed pile, leaving behind a bed of fresh, soft mulch. As the roar fades, the scent of timber and the heat of the motor linger in the air. 8 minutes, just enough to witness the power of all 3 grinders, and a reminder, a single careless second, and the price paid won't just be wood chips. Two minutes, a hydraulic log splitter combined with a large disc tree cutter starts its work. A long log feeds through the spinning steel disc blade, the sharp cuts slicing through the air like a tear. Right after, the shorter log moves under the hydraulic piston, pressing it down onto a sharp splitting wedge. In those 120 seconds, the operator must watch not just the spinning disc saw but also the splitting blade. One careless moment, a sleeve or strap could disappear along with the wood. The hum of the motor, the crack of breaking wood, sawdust floating in the air. 2 minutes, enough to slice and split a pile of logs, but long enough for danger to strike if you lose focus. 1 minute. A wood sawing line starts moving steadily. Steel blades spinning fast, slicing long planks into neat boards. The sound of wood screeching through the blade, sawdust sprays, fine dust fills the air. In those 60 seconds, the operator's eyes must never leave the cut. One careless sleeve or a misaligned log can turn the line into a hazard. 1 minute, enough to turn timber into straight planks, but enough for one lost second to cost more than wood. Two minutes. An excavator with a wood-cutting head and debarking unit clamps down on a rough log. The steel cutting blade spins, screeching as it bites deep into the wood, rough bark layers peeling away and dropping to the ground. In those 120 seconds, the operator must watch every move of the cutter and the debarking shaft. One misaligned log, one tough bark strip jammed, and a sleeve or strap can get dragged into the spinning steel. The crackle of wood breaking mixes with the scent of fresh sap. Bark dust drifts through the air. 2 minutes, enough to cut and strip dozens of logs clean, but long enough for a single careless second to cost blood. One minute and 30 seconds. A wheel loader fitted with a disc-type brush cutter head charges into an overgrown patch of weeds and brush. The steel disc spins fast, slicing through grass, thorny bushes, dry twigs, throwing shredded clippings across the ground. The screech of steel against roots mixes with the hum of the engine and the damp earth beneath. In those 90 seconds, the operator must keep a steady grip on the wheel and eyes locked on the ground. One hidden rock wedged under the disc, or a vine wrapped around the shaft, can turn the spinning disc into a dangerous blade. One moment of lost focus, and an accident can strike without warning. 1 minute and 30 seconds, just enough to clear a patch of land, but long enough for a careless move to cost dearly. A rock crusher starts to roar. Giant boulders fed into its steel chamber. Steel gears grind tight, crushing stone into gravel. The crack of breaking rock echoes across the worksite. The small gravel then moves through a screening line, separating particles into neat sizes ready for construction. The operator must watch the steady flow, making sure nothing jams or flies out unexpectedly. One stuck boulder, and the steel gears can throw debris like a spinning blade. One careless moment, and the cost won't just be rocks, it could be a life. An industrial wood saw with multiple steel blades spins steadily across a wide sawing table. A long log feeds slowly through the row of spinning blades. The screech of wood tearing fills the air, sawdust sprays like a fine mist. In one pass, the log is sliced into neat, straight planks, each one cut clean and even. In those 150 seconds, the operator must never take hands off the feed table or eyes off the cutting line. One crooked log, or a sleeve caught on a shaft, is enough to turn those blades into steel knives ready to devour anything. The hum of the engine mixes with the fresh timber scent, sawdust covering the workshop floor. 2 minutes and 30 seconds, enough to turn a massive log into a stack of planks, ready to ship, but long enough for carelessness to draw blood.